Stop doing what everybody else is doing. If you have a business or practice that depends on relationships, or you're trying to achieve some kind of objective where connections and your network matter, it won't happen because you spend more time creating content on social media or hiring someone to do that for you. So how do you know if this is relevant for you or not? Well, if you depend on introductions, referrals, repeat business, word of mouth, networking, then that means that you depend on relationships. And I'm going to give you 3 hands-on, no-nonsense suggestions in this video for structuring your efforts to get real results. Number 1, your prospects make decisions based on relationships. That means for them to be open to working with you, they either need to know you, need to know someone who knows you, or need to know someone who's worked with you in the past. And consequently, this means that you need to establish the conditions for this to happen. And it's usually achieved through a dual effort: having the necessary visibility and establishing connections and building relationships. Advice number 2, your prospect will not only make decisions based on social media or blog posts or you writing, publishing and speaking. Now those efforts are helpful, but they're usually helpful as supporting efforts to your networking, not as direct drivers for business and opportunities. So what I'm talking about here is what applies to the vast majority and what is the path of least resistance. Because there naturally are some people that are able to more easily produce results through visibility, but that tends to not apply to the majority. Visibility might put you on the radar, but you need to seal the deal yourself. But why then does everybody pay so much attention to general visibility? Well, because they don't know what else to do. They do not know how to build relationships at scale and how to do it systematically. Now, you will still need visibility, and what you should do is the following. First, you establish basic visibility so that the people who search for information about you find what they need. Secondly, you ensure that you have current content to stay top of mind. And to be effective with this, you really need to understand what your prospects care about. The biggest mistake you can make is do what everybody else is doing. Advice number 3, and this is the final point. To obtain real results with relationship building, you need to understand that it will require 3 steps: contact initiation, contact cultivation, value delivery, contact preservation, and leverage as the final step. The issue is that people tend to skip step number 2, contact cultivation. And this makes your efforts less effective, but it also makes you come across as pushy, salesy, and needy. Always have a plan for what comes next and how you will make that next interaction different from the first. Don't go for moonshots, and always have a combination of personal and non-personal interaction. This means that you can't only rely on blasting big lists of email addresses where the content is the same, but you just address them by first name. That's not personal communication. So that's pretty much it. And remember, don't follow the herd. Most people get average results, and you don't want to be average. I hope you found that useful. If you did, make sure that you like and subscribe.